Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the screen here, we are going to be doing a custom set of press-on nails. So to begin with, I'm going in with my Shinty's Commando, which is a cover pink. And I'm just going to take a bead of that and place it on, and we're going to create a smile line. Now this video was sped right up so that I could do a mini video, and I've tried to slow it down again, but if I slow it down anymore it's kind of jumping a little bit, so as I say, this has been sped up slightly. So anyway, I'm just using the sides of my brush to create that smile line and try and shape it the best I can. And then I'll come in with another bead of that Commando colour and place it at the cuticle area and blend down. I will also take another bead and just make sure that cuticle area is nice and tidy and as close to the cuticle without touching the skin as possible. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing on this thumbnail, so taking a larger bead of that Commando cover pink and placing it on, and we're just going to create that smile line again. So just using the sides of my brush to tidy up that smile line the best I can. Doesn't have to be perfect because I will come in once this acrylic has set and file it with my hand file. So then I'll take another bead and place it on just above that bead that I'd already placed and drag the bead down. And once I'm happy with this, I'll come in with my cuticle bead and drag that down as well. So while that's setting up, I'm going to come in with Shinty's Clear and this colour change multi-stack from Shinty's as well. And we're just taking a little bead of the clear, dipping it in the glitter, and we're just going to run a line right down the centre of this nail. So again, I'm just using the sides of my brush to pat that in and make sure it's nice and tidy. And I'll continue to do this and bring it down. It's not going to go right to the end of the nail, but sort of like in a long triangular shape, sorry. So I'll just let you watch that just now. Once I'm happy, I will take another bead of that clear and just run it right down there and pat in the sides, just so that I've got something to file up against so I could create a wall. And then once I've added the other colour in, I could file over the top and it'll be nice and smooth. So on this pinky nail, I'm going to come in with the colour Petticoat from Shinty's, which is a nice purpley colour, and we're going to do a little bead around the cuticle and drag it down. We're then going to come in and create a marble on this nail, so I'll be using that Petticoat and the white from Shinty's and just giving it a wee swirl, but not like moving it too much. You can kind of see what I'm doing, so I'm just using the tip of my brush to create that marble and just patting it down. So I don't want this to be too thick because I will come in and encapsulate this. So just continue adding small beads and swirling it until you have coated the full of this nail. So on this pointer finger we are going to create an ombre, so still using that Petticoat colour, I think it's Petticoat anyway. We're just going to do the free edge, so just placing a bead on, blending it up and then dragging that bead down. And once I'm happy with that, I came in with that Commando cover pink again, and then it just blended over the top of this to create that ombre. And then I'll come in with my cuticle beads and make sure the cuticle area is nice and tidy, and then drag the rest of the bead down over that, the rest of the Commando colour. And there was a rogue piece of glitter in here that I was trying to get out there, so plenty of time to work with this acrylic, there's no need to rush. So yep, just pulling the rest of that bead down, making sure this is nice and tidy. So to protect that blend, I came in and encapsulated in the Shinty's clear acrylic. So I've done this in 2 beads, I think it was. And again, that piece of rogue glitter getting in the way. So for this, sorry, 3 beads I've done this. Was it 3 beads? No, 2 beads I did do this in, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting myself confused. This video was done quite a while ago. And then just encapsulating this marble in the exact same way. And I think I've done this one in 1 bead with it being a smaller nail. So while that acrylic is setting up, I then come in with my hand file to perfect those smile lines, and I also filed the middle finger straight lines, into straight lines should I say, but I never recorded that. But I'm basically just doing the same as what I'm doing around these smile lines, but just in a straight line. I then made sure I removed all the dust and came in with that Petticoat colour and coated the whole of that free edge colour with this Petticoat. And then for the sides of this middle finger, I wanted it to be different and stand out, so I came in with Shinty's white acrylic and just placed it down each side of that nail and joined in the centre at that free edge. So again, I never recorded my filing these into shape and smoothing over the top, as I don't know if people really enjoy watching filing, so I just left it out, but that if that is something that is like, I could put that into my next video. So I removed all the dust again, and I'm now coming in with my top coat and top coat all 5 nails, and then I'll place it in the lamp to cure. So I wanted to add a wee bit more to these nails, so I decided to do a 3D flower on that thumbnail. So all I'm doing here is picking up a small bead of that Petticoat with my 3D brush, and we're just going to make little petals. So I'm just allowing it to dry slightly and then patting it out with my brush. Once it goes into the into that mouldable stage, I will then make a little sausage shape, which will be the centre of my flower. So we're just going to place that right onto the nail, and then I will apply a little bead of acrylic around it and underneath, like I am here, just to hold that in place. So then once that is in place, we're going to do the same thing again. Pick up a small bead of that Petticoat, place it on your form backing paper, and then make your little petals. There is no rush to do this either, you get plenty of time to work with it. So while that petal is going curing slightly, I am moving on and making another petal. I work quite fast when I'm doing these flowers, but if you're new to this, then just do one petal at a time. Once it's at that stage where you can pick it up with your brush, just pick it up and place it around that centre section that you done. And then all I'm doing here is pulling down the petal edges just to make it look a little bit more realistic. And again, the same with this one. So I'll continue to do this with the petals. Each petal I'll get slightly larger so that it covers around that flower okay. And I'm just going to let you watch. I forgot to mention, as you can see, I'm using a larger brush now, because as these petals are getting larger, I find it easier to use the larger brush when it comes to picking up the petals in one piece. So I don't want to go any bigger with this flower now, I want it to be wearable. So I'm now going to come in with Juicy Pear from Shinty's, and I'm going to create a couple of leaves. I think it's 4 that I use. So again, I'm just going to pick up that little small bead of acrylic, place it on the form backing paper. I've put my brush into a nice flat edge, just so I could run it down the centre and leave that little indentation, and then I'll flatten out the sides. I then come in and arch the leaf slightly just to make it look a little bit more realistic, which you'll see me doing in a second. So this is all I'm doing here, picking it up and just giving it that slight arch. So I'll go on and create the other 3 leaves in the same way. 2 of them will be smaller than these larger ones, so I'll just let you watch that just now. And I do give these leaves a little bit of time to set up so that I can move them with my tweezers and not break them. So now that they're ready but not fully cured so I could still bend them, I'm just picking them up with my tweezers and I'm just placing them just to see if that is the position I want them to be in. I then come in with some nail glue and pop it onto the nail. So again, I'll do that with the other 3 leaves. And for the final touch, I'll come in and add on some crystals. So for my crystals, I am using Shinty's nail glue and just a wax pencil to pick the crystals up and just place them where I want them to go. And here I've also added some caviar beads just to finish that off. And then this was that design completely finished. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.